Hey family, thank you so much for joining me. So I should have brought you a video sooner than this, but I thought it might be kind of exciting to do some love compatibility videos. And I know I need to get through the rest of the zodiac signs, but um, I thought it would be kind of exciting to do Capricorn and Aries compatibility. So one reason that I'm doing it is because my twin flame happens to be a Capricorn and I'm an Aries. Um, I've seen it done before, and also I think it can be a pretty exciting pair. Um, I have family members, friends who are Aries and Capricorns, and other acquaintances that are both um, Aries and Capricorns, and so have interactions with a lot of different zodiac signs, with the Aries and the Capricorns too. So let me just get into this. Of course, if you are interested in working with me, my information is in the description below. Now, this is not going to apply to 100% of the couples, so take what resonates and leave the rest. I need to do some more readings as well, but it's some other stuff that I want to get into. There's so much stuff that I want to get into. Let me get into this um, reading for Aries and the Capricorn. So, I started learning early about Capricorns because my dad is a Capricorn. Um, and one thing that I know about my dad is that he was a provider, a fierce protector. There are some things that I've told my twin flame, whatever, about in whatever medium we were communicating in about my dad. But it was an amazing experience. My dad, I grew up as a little bitty girl. I would say I was a daddy's girl and then turned into a mama's girl. So, but what I noticed about the Capricorn and the Aries, as far as, the interactions that I had with my dad was always down for an adventure. He loved being in the outdoors. So he would, be excited about having like an activity buddy in me, because I was always up for, yeah, he loved to go fishing. So I'd be like, yeah, I want to go fishing. My dad, was like a builder, so he would build on our things like that. And so he also invited me to do that with him, and I was always eager to learn. So that's just taking off that father-daughter relationship and putting it on the interactions with the partner. So this partnership, um both Aries and Capricorn, I would say, love adventures. We both love to be outdoors, we love to run around, we love to do a lot of physical activities. And so that can make for some very exciting adventures, because I don't think we ever are tired of running around, um, doing things. Like my dad was a hunter, um, told you he loved to fish, and my dad would hunt deer, hunt um, turtles. I mean, all kinds of stuff. He was great. Rabbits, everything. And, I learned later that my grandma also hunted. And so I never knew that as a kid, and became an adult. And then some other family members told me about grandma. So I found out that, he learned it from his mom too. And so, but my dad love to teach, love to have fun, joke. And so that's another thing about this partnership, that we love to joke and laugh and have fun if we can. We love adventures, running all over the place. We love exploring. My dad was one of the first people um, in the town that he ended up moving to. It was a very small town. But he was one of the first ones there. He was one of the first ones. So as a partner, the Capricorn loves to explore, um, conquer new territory, go into places that other people have not been in. And the same thing with Aries. We love to explore. We love to do things that other people haven't done. We love to start fires and, you know, go off and have new adventures. And a lot of people might be afraid, but we're not afraid. We're actually warriors. Mars is our ruler, so planet of war. And Capricorns are not afraid to have weapons and use them if they need to protect their families, but to hunt and things like that. And so, I think I would say Capricorns are fierce protectors of their loved ones, their family. They also like to see that in their partner that they're also fierce, that they're also um, fearless and don't shy away if they need to stand up. And I think one of the things that Capricorn might be surprised at times is that Aries will also stand up for them and defend them. But again, we're warriors too. And so it's funny because we're talking about a Capricorn divine masculine, and an Aries divine feminine. That the Aries um being the first sign of the zodiac also is one of the first people to do a lot of things, but so is a Capricorn. So we match each other's energy on a lot of things. But Aries, getting back to it, Aries is not afraid to defend and protect the Capricorn. And I think the Capricorn thinks that it's kind of funny, because a woman would stand up and defend their honor, but also I think they're flattered and they have more respect for the Aries because they're willing to do that as well. Um, I think because I think the Capricorn is sometimes used to being the smartest person in the room. And when the Aries comes in the room, I think they're like, who is this? Because Aries also have a lot of intellectual pursuits. We love learning, we love growing, we love changing, we love adventures, we love reading. We could get into some deep conversations. And I was talking about this before. Some Aries are sapiosexuals. We think that intellectual stimulation can be more desirable and more attractive than physical stimulation a lot of the time. And I think Capricorns can be in a similar boat, but at times, I think that they're very physical and their language can be physical touch a lot of the time. And I think Aries will sometimes leave the physical to um, pursue more lofty things, more intellectual things. And I think Capricorn would be like, hey, forgot about me. I love the physical stuff. And so it's another reason I would say that Aries are pretty powerful beings as well, um, because we don't get stuck in the physical and we focus a lot on intellectual things. And so we don't for a lot of Aries, I think that we're less likely to be addictive, um, or have addictive personalities, or have addictions to different things. Capricorns, because they like at times to have thrills and have adventures. Some Capricorns may end up experimenting with substances, others don't because they want to stay on their square, and they sometimes can tend to like to be in control. I would say for the Capricorn, um, because their ruler is Saturn, the planet, it's a lot of focus on time, focus on hard work, but focus on being the father And when you have an Aries partner, it's not good for you to try to pretend to be her dad and tell her what to do, because she's grown, she's an independent person and likes to, have freedom and autonomy. And it won't go over well to try to tell the Aries what to do. And, so I would say it's important for you just to remember you're dealing with a partner who's grown and fully aware of things, and to not try to boss them around and tell them what to do. And it's can be a challenge for a Capricorn because they're used to being the boss in a lot of situations. But on the other side of it, and I think it's another reason that Capricorns can have a lot of respect for Aries, because Aries are also used to being the boss. And so at times they can butt heads, they can both be stubborn and, relentless at times, and, you know, standing up for what they believe in. I think Aries can be more spiritual. And so I think their pursuit of truth and their spiritual growth and things like that, they can at times be further along than Capricorns at the spiritual game. And I think that's something that the Capricorn can admire about the Aries as well. And I think they can learn a lot from the Aries. That says a lot because Capricorns are great teachers and they know a lot, and they often tend to lead a lot of people, and a lot of people want to follow them because they know what they're doing. Um, and they're great teachers and great leaders. But I think seeing the Aries, I think they kind of marvel at the Aries because they're also great leaders, great teachers. They don't try to force anyone to follow them, Aries, but they end up getting a large following because they are knowledgeable, because they do um, ground things that they believe in truth. And now, don't get me wrong, all Aries are not truthful, but I would say a lot of them are. And when they are, they really focus on truth and justice and righteousness and things like that. So again, they can be further along at times than the Capricorn. And so the Capricorn can admire that about them. But the Capricorn is also very powerful and they pack a punch spiritually. And so I think the Aries is also um, pretty amazed by a lot of the things Capricorn can do. Um, Capricorn, it wouldn't be a surprise if they did like make more money than a lot of their peers, six figures, seven figures when they're very young. Because again, I was talking about it, Saturn is their ruling planet. And so they're about hard work, they're about focus, they're about having a plan for the future. And they're very gifted at planning, very talented at thinking about the future, and actually not only just planning, but executing and coming up with gold. And so they reach their goals. And I think it's something that the Aries finds very attractive as well, that Capricorns can be ambitious, they can be focused, hardworking, they are very successful. They're also, though, to balance it out, very family oriented, very at times. Now, some Capricorns don't get along with their families because they feel like their families are trying to take advantage of them, and they can, have conflict because of that. So they sometimes end up isolating themselves and not having a lot of friends, family around them. They might just have their partner, and that's their family, but they can have a great family with their partner. They end up, I think, Capricorn and Aries make a good match because they're both strong partners to each other. But if the Capricorn is not very close to their family, friends, things like that, they know that they have a loyal and devoted partner. in an Aries, and so they don't have to worry about the Aries walking away or leaving, even if the Aries can be fiery. Um, they Once they do get together, they want to stay. And the same thing with Capricorn. They want it to be a stable, long-term relationship or union or marriage or whatever it is. I think since both of them are hardworking, can be very successful. And I think the Aries is more focused on working smart. And so the Capricorn might say, hey, why are you trying to get out of hard work? And the Aries might say, I'm not trying to get out of hard work. And Aries don't mind working hard, but they also know that there are easier ways to do things. And so they try to focus on working smart. I think that Capricorns might be unaware of some of the things that Aries have been through in their lives. And because Aries sometimes make things seem easier because of the way that they look, they don't look like they've had a rough life. So Capricorns might be saying, oh, you had a cushy life and you don't know anything about struggle. And Aries are like, no, actually, I do. I just found a way to roll with the punches. And because of the spiritual work that Aries does continues, um, they find smarter ways to do a lot of things. Whereas, Capricorns might say, we gotta achieve this by going, we gotta climb this mountain and then we gotta be careful that we're not falling on the way back down. Aries is like, is there a way to like go through the mountain? Let's just do that. So it's focused sometimes on finding smarter ways, faster ways to get things done. And I think that once the Capricorn gets past this part where they're like, stop trying to avoid hard work, they kind of admire that the Aries found another faster, easier way to get things done. And they can both arrive at the same place when they do that. So, another thing that I think, besides both of them being hardworking, smart working, successful, ambitious, the Capricorn is a very kind-hearted person. They will go and do things for other people. And, a lot of people would say, well, this person came over and they asked me to do this, so I did it. Capricorn actually will go out into the world and find people to help, find adventures to have, find things to do. And because they're like that, I would say they're go-getters. I think Aries admires that about them, that they can be eternally busy, that they're always doing something, they're always working, they're always finding ways to do things. And Aries are too, and they're thinkers 24/7. So, some people can get exhausted by this pair because they're both constantly 24/7 seeming to be doing something. Um, and even if they're sitting, their minds are going constantly. And it seems like the two of them will admire each other because they both also never get tired. And that could be, as far as a romantic relationship goes, we're talking about being kind hearted. The Aries can also be very kind hearted and both of them will do, I believe, a lot of charity work together and end up being a power couple that does philanthropy work because both of them love to give back, to care for others, to lift them up. And I think that's, one place where they can find common ground as well, helping others, lifting them up. And I think both of them kind of admire each other for finding different ways to lift others up and help each other. I think the Capricorn can put a lot of trust in the Aries because Aries can take over anything that they have and run it well. And I think for a Capricorn, it's difficult for them sometimes to find a person that they would trust, that they would have the respect for that way, and believe that they can actually take over something that they have if they need to and run it. But Aries is capable, intelligent, hard and smart working, and there are a lot of things that they can accomplish. But the two of this pair can accomplish a lot together. I don't know if there are Hollywood examples of the Capricorn and the Aries, but I would say if they really both put their minds to it, they could probably be one of the richest couples, as far as pairing in the zodiac, because both of them are, like I said, hardworking, smart working, know how to make money now. Again, I've talked about it in other videos. Capricorns get money. They get money. So if there's money, they will find it. Um, and I feel like they're great at it. And they sometimes want to show other people how to do it. Like I was saying, my dad was one of the first people at his job, and his job made money, and he taught other people how to do it too. So he wasn't a stingy person. He was very giving. And it's the same with the Capricorn partner, I think. First, because some of them are used to other people trying to take advantage of them and use them. Once they get to the point where they see that Aries is not trying to do that, then I think they're more open to being a traditional divine masculine. And that means they don't care about taking care of their partner. They don't care about them. Like, they feel like, actually, I think it's part of a man's responsibility to do that. But I also know that Capricorns like to teach others how to make money and be self-sufficient and take care of themselves, because they don't really want anyone staying with them just to take advantage of them either. So, but I think Capricorn finds the Aries refreshing, because the Capricorn would extend the offer and say, I'll take care of you. The Aries is like, okay, but I can take care of myself. I can run companies, businesses. I can do whatever it is that needs to be done. Everything can get knocked out really fast. I can find easy ways to do things. And I think the Capricorn, again, is impressed with the Aries' ability to do the same types of things that they can do. But I think the Aries is also impressed with Capricorn's ability to make as much money as they do, to work as hard as they do, to be as intelligent as they are. And I think both of them have this, if we think about the mirror, like it's looking at someone who's so similar to them that seems so different, because the Capricorn is an earth sign and the Aries is a fire sign. If you dumped a lot of earth on fire, you could put it out, or you could consider that you don't have to put it out, that both of them can coexist with each other. But if you dump, I guess if you put fire on earth, they could scorch it too. So the two of them have the ability, if they wanted to hurt each other, but they're not aiming toward that. This couple is aiming toward building together. And like I said, they could probably be one of the richest couples in the zodiac. Both of them also can be very passionate people. So when we think about that part of their relationship, the passion, the romance, their time in the bedroom can be very passionate, because Capricorn, being an earth sign, is rooted in the earth. And I think they could be amazing lovers and also have a lot of stamina, a lot of staying power. And I think they bring this, when we think about the earth, it provides everything that people need. It sustains life. It is a protector. It is coming with safety, security, and all these things. And again, you know, the kindness, the taking care of the person. And on the Aries side, they could bring a lot of nurturing, a lot of encouragement, support, and they bring a lot of passion. And I think that the Capricorn loves the passion that Aries brings to the table. Like, they can actually get into it, like I said, and be stubborn, and you know, they might have some disagreements with each other because both of them stand their ground. But in the end, I think if they could really work out the communication, that this could be a great couple because of the many positive characteristics on both sides. Um, I think that neither one of them, like, the positive thing is neither one of them wants to back down. But, you know, as I was talking about in the bedroom, then that could make for some fiery, you know, make up love making, but also um, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think they're both down for adventures. So that can, you know, that could mean a lot of trying new things, a lot of experimenting and having fun and things like that as well in their love life. I think if they ever broke up, they would never forget each other because of how much they would gain from this relationship. I think when the two of them get together, they never intend to break up with each other. Um, some Capricorns could be cheaters, and they can have some insecurities about the relationship. Um, some Aries could also be cheaters as well. I'm not a cheater. My partner isn't, but I think they can, like, if they decided to, let's say these two didn't decide to get married or make it official, and they ended up just being friends with benefits, I think both of them could do it well because of their personalities, and no one would ever know that they're messing around with each other because of their level of professionalism and the way that they interact with people and how they are in general. Very successful, ambitious. They're both very private people. And so they don't necessarily have to scream it from the rooftop. But when they do, um, I don't think they really care, either of them, who sees what they do. I think that both of them can be very attractive, and that could be something that other people are amazed by, like when they see the two of them together, because they both do care about their appearances. They both do care about how others perceive them at times, while they, you know, often don't care. And that's not going to stop them from doing what they want to do in the world. I think also that they can, you know, come across as not caring because, again, they really aren't going to let things stop them. And they're going to do what they want to do. But this, I think this could be a very passionate couple, very, again, fiery. They can probably have some heated arguments and discussions and things like that, but I think making up after that is the thing that both of them would look forward to, but especially the Capricorn, because the Aries bring the fire into the relationship. I think Capricorns can be reluctant at times to be more social. I think they're more homebodies and more like introverts, and Aries can also be introverts, but they can be extroverts as well because they love adventures, and so do Capricorns. I think the Aries can pull the Capricorn out of their shell, and I think the Capricorn would have fun doing it. I think that a lot of things Capricorns might not admit to other people that they enjoy or that they want to do. They wouldn't have any problem disclosing it to the Aries, and I think they would be up for an adventure with the Aries. And I'm not sure either why the Aries can pull Capricorns out of their shell. And I think in the beginning, the Capricorn is resisting and saying, no, I'm not doing it. And Aries is like maybe throwing a tantrum and saying, no, 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 they're not going to, stay in the house and always not do anything. And the Capricorn's like, okay, what do you want to do? So they end up coming together in the end because of this excitement, but the desire for both of them and their love for adventure. I think that's it about the Aries and the Capricorn. I know this ended up being a longer video. I was not trying to make it that long. I was just trying to share my ideas about the Capricorn and the Aries. But again, I think they can be a beautiful couple together. I think both of them would say they look fantastic. They take care of their bodies. They love being active. They love taking care of their appearance. And a lot of them can look, on both sides, can look a lot younger than they are because they do focus on nutrition, taking care of their bodies, exercising, making sure they also take care of their spiritual health. And so, yeah, it could be a lot of positive things. Again, this could be a power couple. They could be both successful, ambitious, very financially well off together. They can build together. Something that I didn't mention that I don't want to end the video before I say, that both of them, if they do want kids, that both of them want their kids to be very respectful and well mannered, and they make sure that their kids are that way, and also teaching them about finances and success and all of that so that their kids can also put in the work to achieve what they want to achieve with each other. I think a lot of people will be surprised kind of, at the way that the Capricorn and the Aries raise their kids, because they are both focused on, having intelligent kids, but having kids that are respectful and respected in the community. I think something else that would drive a Capricorn to want to have kids would be that they do, like I was talking about the future planning, they do want a legacy. They do want people to remember their names. Aries are not really too focused on that, but because of the vision of the Capricorn, that can also inspire them. But really what they want to do is leave the legacy more by the work that they do to lift people up. And the pursuit of truth. And so I think, again, that inspires the Capricorn as well to think about different ways to leave their legacy, and to make a mark on the world. Both of them, I think, focus on building things that will last forever. And it's another point where there's this meeting of the minds. They can accomplish a lot of things together. All right, y'all. So thank you for joining me for this video. I know Valentine's Day is approaching, so I want to create more videos about things like this, and hoping that all of you are enjoying your day. I'm going to bring you another video on these topics soon. And I'm also looking forward to hearing your stories about the compatibility between the Capricorn and the Aries, because I'm hoping that other people have experiences with this as well. I'm going to bring you some more compatibility videos. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Talk to y'all later. And as always, happy lightning fast manifesting. Bye for now.